Hi everyone! Today we're crocheting this simple mesh bag. This bag is 32 centimeters wide and 34 centimeters tall, and the straps is 60 centimeters in length and 3.5 centimeters wide. In this tutorial I'll be using this 100% cotton yarn. The yarn weight is 2 millimeters, and the same blue 100% cotton yarn, also 2 millimeters yarn weight, 2 millimeters crochet hook, some markers, and some scissors. So let's start with a slip knot. To make a slip knot, place the yarn with the tail at the bottom, wrap it around your 2 fingers. Insert your hook under the first strand of an X. Grab the yarn, pull through, and now you can remove your fingers. Tighten a knot, and that's your first stitch. Now we need to make 85 chain stitches. To make a chain stitch, yarn over, pull through, and that's your chain stitch. Yarn over, pull through, and that's another chain stitch. So we need to have 85 chain stitches in our foundation chain. If you want a smaller bag width, make fewer chains. For a wider bag, simply add more. If you're using thinner yarn, you may need to start with a longer foundation, and for a thicker yarn, a shorter one will work. Just measure your starting chain to make sure you're happy with the width, and remember to use an odd number of stitches. So continue chaining until you reach the needed number of chain stitches. I made 85 chain stitches. If you're using a different number of chain stitches, just make sure that you're using an odd number. So you will have the number that is divisible by 4 in the end. Next, we need to place marker on the last stitch we made, like this. Next, we will make half double crochet. To do this, we need to yarn over, insert our hook into the stitch with the marker, yarn over, pull through, and now we have 3 stitches on our hook. Yarn over and pull through 3 stitches. This is half double crochet, and we need to make 2 more half double crochets into that same space. So we can remove the marker now. Yarn over, insert the hook into the same space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all stitches on the hook. Yarn over again, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 stitches. Next, we will crochet into the next stitch the same way. Yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all of them. Yarn over again, insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all stitches. And continue to crochet like this until you reach the very last stitch, this one. If you're worried about missing something, you can always just put marker on the stitch you need. When we reached the last stitch, we will make 5 half double crochets into this last stitch. So the first half double crochet, second, we can take off the marker now, the third, fourth, and fifth. Next we will do the same, just on the opposite side of our foundation chain. The stitches was our foundation chain. So we need to find the next stitch, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, and pull through all stitches on the hook. Find the next stitch, this one, yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through all stitches on the hook. You can place the loose end behind your work, and when you make a half double crochet, you just place this end over your hook and then grab the yarn and make a half double crochet. So continue to crochet like this until you reach the last stitch. The last stitch is this one. You can put a marker so you don't forget. When we reach to the last stitch, we can remove the marker and we need to make 2 half double crochet into this space. 1 and 2. So now we have 5 half double crochets here and 5 on this side. Next we need to connect our stitch to the first stitch of the round. So find the first stitch, this one, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, and now pull through the loop on your hook. Next we need to make 3 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, find our first stitch, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, find the next stitch, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and continue like this to the end of the round here. You can place the marker on the first stitch of the round, this one, and we will close our round here. We don't need to make any increases here, so you just make 1 double crochet into every stitch, and that's it. Continue to the end and I'll meet you there. When we reach to the end of the round, we need to insert our hook into the stitch with the marker, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on the hook. Next, we make 3 chain stitches. Remove the marker. Place the marker on the first stitch of the round. Yarn over, insert the hook into the first stitch and make a double crochet. And now you can clearly see that this is exactly the first stitch of the round, because these 3 chain stitches is an imitation of double crochet column. So we just continue to crochet like this until we reach the needed height of the solid bottom. Let's do the quick measurements. I have approximately 32 centimeters width of the back. So we just continue to crochet like this until you're happy with the height of the solid part. This solid part is important if you have to place small things into your bag, because if we make a mesh bottom, little things will just fall out of the bag. When you crochet the last stitch of the round, be careful, because you may think that this is the last stitch, but actually this is the slip stitch from the previous round. So how to see where the last stitch is? If you make a double crochet into this stitch, you'll see that we have this column under this column, and if we crochet an extra stitch, we'll see 2 columns for this one. So this is the increase. And if you look at this stitch, it looks a little bit smaller than regular stitches here. So we just skip this stitch and close the round with the slip stitch as usual. I made 10 rounds of double crochets and it measures about 7.5 centimeters. If you want bigger bottom, you can just continue making double crochets. And when you're happy with the height of the bottom solid part, we're going to start making the mesh part. The pattern on the right and wrong side is slightly different, so choose the one that you like the most. I think I will use the right side. So to start making the mesh part, we need to chain 3. This is the imitation of double crochet column, and then make another 3 chain stitches. This will be the horizontal bar of the mesh cell. Then we skip 3 stitches here, yarn over, insert the hook into the 4th stitch, and make a double crochet. And this is our first mesh cell. Next, we make 3 chain stitches, yarn over, skip 3 stitches here, insert the hook into the 4th and make a double crochet. Again 3 chain stitches, yarn over, skip 3, insert the hook into the 4th stitch and make a double crochet. And continue like this until you reach the end of the round. You should have 3 stitches left. I made a mistake somewhere, so I have 2. If you made a mistake too, you may have bigger or smaller amount of stitches. So you can unravel it and fix, or you can just make the last mesh with 2 stitches in between the double crochets. To join the round, we need to make 3 chain stitches. Count 3 stitches from the double crochet, the first, the second, the third, and insert our hook into the first stitch. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. And this is our last mesh cell. I have 2 stitches here, and there are not a big difference between this cell and this. To start the next round, we need to make 6 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and insert our hook into the stitch above the double crochet under the both loops, and make a double crochet. And this is our first cell of the round. We always will make it in this way. Next, to make the second mesh cell of the round, we need to make 3 chain stitches. Yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch and make a double crochet. Again, 3 chain stitches, insert the hook into the stitch above the double crochet of previous round, and continue to crochet like this. When you reach to the end of the round, you just make 3 chain stitches for the last mesh cell, insert the hook into the fourth stitch and make a slip stitch. Then again 6 chain stitches to make the first cell of the round. Continue making mesh rounds until you'll be happy with the height of the back. Leave the height of the 5 rows. In my case, it's 4 centimeters, because we'll make the same solid part at the top of our back to make it more strong and have a place to connect our straps. So I made 26 mesh rounds, and it measures 29 centimeters in total. 20.5 for the mesh, but when you put some items into the bag, it will stretch. So in the stretch state, it's about 36 centimeters. Now we are going to make the same solid part as we did at the bottom here. Now we are going to make 1 double crochet into every stitch of the round. To start, we need to make 3 chain stitches, yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch. And here you have 2 options. You can insert the hook in the regular way, like this. And you will have this little bars under the double crochets. And the second option is to insert your hook into the back bump of the stitch. In this case, you will have this little braid under your double crochets. So I will make 4 rounds of double crochets, and then I will add a new color, this blue one. When we made 4 rows of double crochets with white color, we can now join the additional yarn. Grab your yarn, find the end of your working yarn, and make a knot. Next, we need to close the round with a slip stitch using blue yarn. So we insert our hook into the first stitch of the round, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on our hook. Next, chain 3, yarn over, and make a double crochet. And continue like this to the end of the round. When we reach to the end of the round, we need to fasten off. If we will make regular slip stitch, we will have a knot here and we want to avoid it. So what we do instead, we have this last double crochet, pull the loop, leave a tail, and cut the yarn. Remove the main yarn. Next, we will imitate the slip stitch. Insert the hook from back to front into the first stitch of the round. Grab the yarn and pull through. This is the front loop of our stitch. Next, we turn the work. And we can see this last double crochet of the round and see these little loops. We need to insert the hook from bottom to top through both of them. Grab the yarn and pull through. And that's the result. The next thing to do is to weave in the tails. This tail is not secure, so we need to make a knot with it to avoid unraveling in the future. You can make it like that. Make sure you do it on the wrong side, so we have this clean image on the front. And next we just can weave it in the double crochet columns. And we need to do the same with this tail of blue yarn. And we also have this tail attached to the ball. We can cut it now. Also leave a tail and cut the yarn. I show you how to weave in a secure way with the white yarn because it's more visible on the camera. So my favorite way to weave in the tails is to imitate the stitches I already have. For example, to imitate it, we need to insert the hook here and pull through. Next we have this strand going here, so we insert the hook into these loops and pull our tail through the loops. Next, we see string going here, like this. So we insert the hook into these two loops, yarn over, and pull through. If it's hard to pull through two loops, you can do it one by one. And continue to weave it in like this until you have no tail. Or if you left too long tail, you can cut it once you make sure it's secure. Next, let's do the straps. We start as always with a slip knot. Place the yarn with the tail at the bottom, wrap it around your two fingers, insert the hook under the first strand, grab the yarn, pull through, and remove your fingers. Tighten a little, and next we are going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we need to find the second stitch from the hook, this one. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. This is the single crochet. Insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Next one. And we continue making a single crochets to the end of the round. Next, we make chain 1 and turn the work. We will always skip the first stitch to keep our edges straight. If you stretch a little, you'll see these holes. So we skip the first hole and insert our hook through the second, under the both loops, and continue to make single crochets to the end of the round. Don't forget about the last stitch, this one. Insert the hook under the both loops and make a single crochet. Next, as always, we make chain 1, turn the work, skip the first stitch, insert the hook into the second, and continue making single crochets to the end of the round. And starting from the third row, be careful with the last stitch because it will look a little bit strange. So let's take a look. We have this V stitch, looks like a regular stitch, and this strands that doesn't look like a stitch. So we crochet through this regular stitch, and we also need to crochet through this strange stitch, because if we skip it, we will have smaller and smaller widths of our strap in each row. So find this strands and insert the hook between them and make a single crochet. So now we have straight rectangular form. Chain 1, turn the work, skip the first stitch, insert the hook into the second, and make a single crochets to the end of the round. Starting from the third row, we'll always have the strange last stitch, so we need to remember to crochet through it. Again, see these strands, insert the hook between them and make a single crochet. Chain 1, turn the work, skip first stitch, insert the hook into the second, and continue to crochet like this until you'll be happy with your straps. Make the lengths 3 to 5 centimeters smaller than the actual length you want because it will be a little stretchy. So when it's stretched, you'll have actual length you wanted. When we finish our strap, we just cut the yarn and make the last stitch and tighten. Next, grab your yarn with a different color, or you can do the same color if you want to. Make the slip knot as we did before. Don't tighten too much. Remove the hook. Divide the stitches in half to separate the front and back of the bag. Place markers on both sides. From each side marker, count 15 stitches and add another marker. Find the matching side loop, this one. Insert the hook into the stitch with the marker. You can remove the marker now. Grab your slip knot and pull the slip knot through both loops, but not pull too hard. We need this knot to be on the wrong side. Next, we turn our work like this, and we will insert the hook through the side loop, then insert the hook under the double crochet column, grab the yarn, pull through, and make a single crochet. Find the next side stitch, this one. We have short and long stitches here. We need to crochet through all of them. This section is 2 rows. So you need to make 1 stitch between these sections and 1 stitch at the center of this section. Find the next side stitch between the section. Insert the hook under the next double crochet column. Yarn over, pull through, and make a single crochet. Next side stitch, and we insert our hook under the same double crochet column because 1 double crochet column equals 2 stitches height. Make a single crochet. So we made 2 single crochets under this double crochet column. Moving to the next. Insert the hook into the side stitch. Find the next double crochet column, insert the hook under it, yarn over, pull through, and make a single crochet. Find the next side stitch. Insert the hook under the same double crochet column, yarn over, pull through, and make a single crochet. When we reach the corner, We will crochet between double crochet columns. So insert the hook like this and make a single crochet. On the corner you can insert the hook into the same space twice to make this rounded corner effect. Next we have regular stitches here. Insert the hook, find the matching stitch here. If you look at this solid part of the back, every double crochet column means one stitch, so you can just insert the hook into this stitch and find the corresponding stitch on the back. Insert the hook into the next stitch, this one, and find the next space between columns. Here you can hide the tail. Just place it under the strap and continue crocheting. Again, in the corner we can crochet twice in the same stitch. And next we need to attach the strap the same way we did on the other side. What we do next, we will just crochet through the same side stitches. Next, we need to attach our second end of the strap to this side with the markers to be sure when to start attaching the strap. So we place this side to our marker and this corner to the end of the second row of double crochets. We can attach it like this, and on this side too. And maybe even here. And we continue to making single crochets until we reach this point with the marker, and then we'll start attaching the strap to the back again, the same way we did here. When you almost reach to the marker, make sure your strap is not twisted. If it's twisted, you can correct it now. And next we need to attach the strap the same way we did on the other side. When we reach to the end of the round, we need to make the last single crochet. And next we will attach the end of the yarn the same way we did with the body part. insert the hook from back to front, grab the yarn, turn the work, find these two loops, pull the yarn through, and that's the result. Now we need to weave in the tails. And next we need to make the same strap for the other side. The principle is the same, we just count 15 stitches, place the marker here, do the same on the other side, make the strap the same length and attach in the same way.